Uni and Mally, living life like a movie, and we can see clearly from our vantage point. Uni and Mally, loving life like a movie. Won't you come see clearly from our vantage point, from our vantage point, from our vantage point.
Hi guys, it's Uni Love here with Malachi Chandler. We're yet again here doing another episode of Vantage Point. So we just saw A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yes.
We weren't quite sure what to expect from this movie. The trailers were kind of elusive.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, neighbor. Sometimes we have to ask for help, and that's okay. I think the best thing we can do is to let people know that each one of them is precious.
Hey, Mr. Rogers! It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Please won't you be my neighbor?
That was wonderful.
But it is not a biopic, so that's kind of like what I landed on. I was like, oh, it's a biopic. Not a biopic. It is more accurately described as like the story of how someone's life impacted other people's lives.
Yeah.
And the main character is actually not Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers.
No.
It is a man named Lloyd. So, brief overview of the film. Like I said, it's basically covering how Fred Rogers, his life, his legacy with the show, just who he was as a person, how he impacted other people in the world, and particularly this character, Lloyd Vogel, who's a journalist, and he's kind of known for writing like really aggressive, like expose type articles about celebrities. And he's assigned to do a feature on Mr. Rogers, and that's where the story comes in. So his background, without giving too much away, he's suffering from childhood trauma, like lots of it. And he's like cynical, he's negative, he has like zero faith in humanity, and that's kind of like spilling over into his marriage, into his parenting, into his work. And he's just this toxic, like, angry person.
He seems really depressed.
He's pretty depressed. Yeah. And then he comes into contact with Mr. Rogers, like, by way of this article assignment that he gets. And just the impact of that interaction kind of transforms him, and you get to see that, you know, through the movie. And I think it was really beautiful, honestly, to watch how Fred Rogers, just being who he was and being empathetic and being kind and like taking interest in Lloyd, led Lloyd to like his own healing and doing his own reflecting.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was telling him like, oh, you need to do this, this, and that in your life. It was literally just from someone taking interest in him, someone asking questions about his feelings, someone, you know, being kind and empathetic. Like he made those changes himself. Which was really nice. And I would say it's kind of heavy on like the mental health talk, which is great. I love that movies are like taking that head on. Like we're just gonna keep talking about the importance of like mental health and psychiatric care and therapy and talking to people, because like we need that. It needs to be normalized. So I liked that. And there's like a really beautiful kind of trippy scene that I would say like captures his healing process. That I could just watch that one sequence. It's like 4 minutes or something. I could just watch it over and over again It's so well done.
It really is.
The entire movie, how it's shot, how the information, so to speak, is presented is so beautiful. From the very like opening scene, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like the show. It's nostalgic
Yeah.
for those of us who grew up watching the show.
I just watched an episode. It
The
looks
music,
just like it.
the
Sounds
music,
just like
the
it, yeah.
scenery, it's just this beautiful nostalgic experience of the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood show. And they kind of keep that throughout that imagery, and it's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
So I was blown away.
One thing I want to point out, which you kind of alluded to, was how Mr. Rogers was played. So Tom Hanks did a great job at this. Even in the trailers, you see how he talks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to spoil anything, but he gave a reason as to why, he kind of alluded to a reason as to why he talked the way he did, which he would even like pause until he said certain things, which I think was a really nice attention to detail, because when we were watching the show just a few minutes ago, I saw like that he was doing that in the show. So it was cool that they added that to the movie. I also would like to say the music was very, very, very good. They played every couple of minutes, they'd play the theme song to the show.
Yeah.
And it's just that good. There was even a segment of like actual classical music multiple times actually.
Live.
Really,
Lots
really
of it.
nice. Yeah. That was great. And then, like you just said, but I want to touch on it a little more, the visual effects were really, really good. And I don't mean like literal effects,
Yeah.
but I mean also kind of. But
The cinematography.
yeah,
of
the
it.
cinematography was really good. And like you said, it was showing like his healing. And I feel like it also kind of showed the world from Mr. Rogers' mind. Because when you see it, it kind of, well, I can't say anything, but yeah, it really like just shows, I guess, how Mr. Rogers views the world.
Yeah.
And how he has started to view the world.
Yeah. And
So, yeah.
another thing like really stood out to me was like his discipline, like Mr. Rogers, like he made a
His
choice.
self-discipline,
He made
yeah.
a choice of like, this is the type of person that I want to be. This is the impact I want to have on my community, on society, and like this is what the universe is going to require of me to make that happen. And he stuck to it. He was very emotionally
whole life,
intelligent.
yeah.
He was unfailingly kind and empathetic, and like,
And his wife even
thoughtful.
said it takes practice.
yeah, she's literally says like everyday practice, things that he did to be able to give the way that he gave himself like to the world.
Yeah.
It really shows you like if you want to be that type of person, an empathetic person, an impactful person, like the daily disciplines that are required.
Yeah.
They really like depicted that beautifully. So
That was really nice.
for me, Easy A, the film,
Yeah.
Easy A. It was nice in theaters. I think it would still be enjoyable, like on
Just on DVD.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, rush and see it in theaters,
think-
but everyone should see the movie.
Yeah.
We need more.
At least once. Because it
Empathy in the
changes your
world.
life. It
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah, super impactful.
Yeah. I liked it. I would
Rating?
also probably give it just a solid A.
Yeah.
Because it just, there's nothing really wrong with it.
No.
It's not like, oh my god. I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is really good.
It's
But
impactful.
yeah,
It's emotional.
Everyone should watch
It's
it.
gripping.
Yeah.
It's like touching. It's just a beautiful film about humanity and empathy and how kindness and being present can impact one another positively. So Easy A, definitely check it out
Yeah.
by whatever method.
Very,
Just
very
make sure you
nice.
see it. Yeah. All right, that's it for this. Thanks for watching.